you will always desire something based on your current level of consciousness. As your consciousness expands, when you start to think bigger, and even when your life changes, so will your desires. Having clarity on what you want is the first step, and because it's the first step, it's important that we know exactly what we want and that we're choosing the right desire for our highest path. But then the problem is that sometimes we think we know what we want, we think we know what's best for us, but then when we get it, we realize, hold on, this is not bringing me the fulfillment that I truly desire. This isn't actually what I wanted, or maybe it just wasn't coming from the right place. Maybe I didn't actually want this thing, I just wanted to feel the feeling that this thing would bring me, but I actually can feel the feeling without the thing, and now I'm realizing now that I have the feeling, I don't actually want the thing. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Rahaza, and if this is the first time that you're seeing my face, then welcome. It's so nice to have you here on the channel. And before I get into today's video, I want to give you guys like a little update about where I've been, why I haven't been on YouTube, the kind of changes that I'm going through right now, and just a little like sneak peek into my life. Because I know that I come on YouTube and I'm like teaching you guys stuff and I'm sharing my knowledge and the things that I've learned and I've gathered and I've studied and I've implemented. Like that's really what I do on this YouTube channel. But actually one of the things I want to talk about today is kind of how I want to like switch and pivot my approach to YouTube. And although I'm going to stay providing information, providing the things that work for me, I also want to make it very much more personal, you know, and share my journey and my ups and downs. And like, who is this Rahaza behind the screen? Like, I am not this perfect angel living in the sky, living in the clouds. Like, I want to be more transparent on this channel and share not just manifestation, you know, tips and tricks, but also my personal journey and my journey with spirituality and taking and implementing the different teachings that I learned from numerous different sources, because I'm always learning, I'm always implementing. And yes, I do go through ups and downs. Yes, there are times where I set my intention for something to manifest and it doesn't always come the way that I intended to, but it comes in a different way, or it comes even better, or something happens that I don't even know that I want, or maybe my desires change, as this video is going to be talking about. So first of all, where have I been? I've been off YouTube for like 2 weeks, and it was not intentional. I was not intentionally trying to take off any time. Basically, where I've been is I've been back and forth between Toronto and Florida. I'm usually in Florida half the year, Toronto in half the year. So about a month ago, I transitioned and I moved back from Florida to Toronto. And yeah, it's been quite a challenging transition, I'm not gonna lie. I'm starting to do better now, which is why I'm like showing up in this energy and feeling good. But for that like month that I've been home, I was going through it, okay? I was doubting myself. I was having old stories coming up and just a lot of like doubts and like voices in my head trying to stop me from coming back on YouTube. Like, I was telling myself like I love what I do, I love showing up, like I love filming. My brain was just like going off on like all the reasons why I shouldn't sit down and film, why I'm not ready, why I haven't scripted enough, why what I have to say isn't good enough, why I can only talk about certain things that fit into this like pure manifestation box and not the other things that are coming up for me in my life. And I just sat with that for about a month. And I finally came to a point where I'm like, okay, why am I here? Why am I here making YouTube videos? Why did I choose this career path of being a mindset coach, life coach, manifestation coach, success coach? Why is this the path that I chose? You know, I'm not here for fitting into a box. I'm not here for numbers, and I'm not here strictly for talking just about one aspect of spirituality. Spirituality is my whole being, okay? And I want to bring more of who I am, more of my interests, like living a healthy lifestyle, working out, my journey and process with that, because believe me, even though it's one of my passions, it's also one of my biggest struggles in life, and that's why I want to bring it more onto YouTube. I also want to talk more about the things that I don't see talked about as much, which is emotions. And manifestation is amazing, it's beautiful, but a lot of the approach that we see asks of us to completely bypass our emotions, the things that we're feeling that come up for us as we're on this journey of manifesting. And also, what about quality of life? What, you know, if our life is constantly on this hamster wheel of next thing, what can I get next? What can I get next? We're never truly satisfied and happy with where we are right now. So this is kind of like, I know I'm all over the place, but I wanted to just say hi. I'm back. I'm gonna bring a new energy and new flow to my YouTube content, and it's going to be a process. I want you guys to be with me on this journey, bear with me on this journey. If you guys are here when I'm at less than 3,000 subscribers, just know you're about to witness a big evolution of Rahaza. And I'm really excited to just bring you guys along the journey. You guys are going to see me evolve. You guys are going to see me. I'm going through my trial and error. How do I want to show up? How do I want to, present my passions with this world with you guys? So one really, really big change that I've been kind of adjusting to and moving through lately is I actually invested myself into personal private coaching with my new coach. Her name is Sophia. She's amazing. Her name is The Mind Palace on Instagram. And really making this investment into myself and into my mission, into how do I want to show up in this world? How do I want to serve? What is my authentic messaging? Taking all the teachings that I've learned through the past 7 years at this point of me being on my spiritual journey, and the past 3-4 years of me being, a content creator online and showing up and expressing myself. At only 23 years old, obviously I have so much to learn, but my next big goal for this channel is to get more personal with you guys, to share more personal stories, to show you how I got to where I am, just open up a little bit more. And this video is kind of like planting the seed for that by talking about something that's been alive for me lately, a topic that has been, in my mind a lot, that I feel like if it benefits me, if it resonates with me, that it has to resonate and reach somebody that is out there. So please let me know if you're one of those people that you hear a message in this video and you're like, that hit, I understand what you're saying and this resonates with me and it's useful to me. Love hearing you guys' comments. And I guess that kind of leads me into the topic of today's video, which is all about desire. Now, desire is a big, big topic, okay, when it comes to manifestation, when it comes to life in general. Kabbalah, as you guys know, I've been studying for years. I was born into my parents studying it my whole life. Kabbalah literally means to receive. Human beings are receivers. We are vessels. Our literal essence is to receive. And if our literal essence is to receive, coming along with that is the desire for more, the desire for better, bigger, better things all the time, so that we can reach more and more fulfillment, because ultimately that is what we're truly desiring, is to feel fulfilled. So our desire is there because it wants to fulfill that lack of fulfillment. We want to feel fulfilled, so we desire things. We want to manifest things and call things into our life. Now, if you know anything about manifestation, you know that it's always said that before you can actually manifest anything, you need to know what it is that you desire, right? We need to get our desire down packed, number one, because if you don't know what you want, you're not going to get it, okay? Where attention goes, energy flows. Wherever you put your focus, that is the energy that you are feeding and that you are creating in your reality, because our thoughts, our mind, wherever it is on a consistent basis, that is outpicturing in your world. Now, I want to say this first and foremost, okay? Like I said, we are receivers by essence, by energy. So this means that you deserve your desires. You get your desires for a reason, and those desires are meant to be manifested. But what I want to talk about is for those situations or for those people, and I know this comes up a lot of times with SP examples and manifestations, is people want to know, should I let go of this desire? Should I let go of this person because it's taking so much of my energy, because I don't know if I want it or not? Or maybe I really wanted it at one point, but now my desires are changing. Should I move on from one desire to the next desire if my desires are changing? And here's what I want to say about this, okay? Number one, like I said, all my videos are basically explaining that approach of you really can manifest anything you want, attract anything you want, and you can. The question I want to tackle on here is, do you really want it? Is this really a true desire that you have, that you want to continue putting your energy and focus into, or not? And this is so important because, like I said, it's the foundation of manifestation. You don't know what you want, you don't know where you're going, you're not going to get there, okay? So it's a super important one. Now, how do we pick the best desires for us? We need to ask ourselves, is this coming from a place of empowerment, a place of alignment, a place where my soul and my higher self, the God that lives within me, is truly communicating with me that this would be my highest timeline if I were to enter into this reality, if I were to desire this thing, if I were to manifest this person, would this be the best thing for me in my reality? Or Is my desire coming from a place of ego, from a place of I strongly do not like where I'm at, so I need something, I am desperate for something outside of myself to fill in that lack, to fill in and validate me and lift me up because I'm feeling so shitty, my self-concept is super low, and I need this situation to prove the law to me because I don't even believe in manifestation, so I'm gonna test this law by trying to manifest this thing. So here's the big question: should you let go of your desires? The answer is, it depends on the desire. Okay, let's get into it. I want to break it down. I want to kind of share the things that have been coming up for me, what I've learned about this topic, what my new perspective on it, and hopefully it'll help some of you guys out there. So, disclaimer, there are times when you have a vision, you have something you want to call in, maybe it's a life purpose, a life mission. This is a vision that you have for yourself and for your life, and you're 100% sure of it. You know your desires locked in, then perfect. Then this video is not necessarily for you in that circumstance. Okay, if you know what you want, you have 100% desire locked in, that's not what we're talking about here. What I'm talking about here is those desires where we're not sure, is this the best thing for me or not? Yes, I could manifest this, but is it going to be my highest timeline? Is this going to be the thing that really brings me the fulfillment that I'm seeking? What about those desires that you once desired, but now your desires change and you no longer want that specific person, that specific thing? Our desires change as we evolve and raise in our consciousness, as we raise our self-concept. The way that we view ourselves, the way we view this world, the way we view our desires, our standards for ourselves, what we accept in our life, what we want to call in for our life, the dreams and the visions that we have, they also expand, right? They also evolve and change. And just because we wanted something at one point doesn't mean we need to continue on with the same desire until it completely manifests if our desires change based on our new level of consciousness that we're now living in. We see this a lot with SP, right? A lot of people have a specific person in mind that they want to manifest, but then what happens is they raise their self-concept, they raise their confidence in their self. They take the person that they had on such a high pedestal based on the image they created in their mind and placed it on this person. They brought the person back down to their level where they understand, this is my worth, I am now the pedestal, I now know who I am, I know I'm the god of my reality, I know I can have absolutely anything I want, that if I try to mold this person and change this person into my ideal, I still wouldn't be happy. This still isn't what I want. This still isn't up to my standard, and the way that this person's showing up in my reality right now is not favorable to me. So we need to understand, yes, while you could manifest and desire and change this whole entire circumstance over here, is this really where you want your focus and energy to be? Is this truly, when you think about your life and you zoom out and think big picture, my life, my purpose, what do I want for myself? What do I want for the people around me, my career, my financial situation, my actual life in general as a whole, big picture, broad perspective view of my life? Am I limiting myself by trying to focus so much on this specific thing? Is all my energy going to this specific thing? Again, we see this a lot with SP, which is why I'm bringing it up. But you don't need to hold on to something simply to prove to yourself the law works. For example, if you're trying to manifest an SP and you have a whole list of things and characteristics that you want your person to have, instead of trying to mold this current person that you have in your mind into your ideal, I feel like personally, in a way, that's trying to control the how. Rather than focusing on whether it's this person or not, I'm going to get my desire. I'm going to feel like I'm in this relationship and I have this thing. And I'm going to allow the God that lives within me, the universal intelligence that lives within me, that is this universe, the energy force of this world, the God of your reality, your subconscious mind, to mold the path, to bring you your best person, to bring you your best manifestation. You don't need to force something just to prove the law. That in fact shows a lack of faith. You don't believe the law is going to work, so you're trying to force it to work. And by the way, I'm only speaking about this because this is something I had to go through, okay? I was trying to manifest something so freaking bad, this specific desire, that I kept trying to force it mentally. And even though I was like, I don't even know if I want this thing anymore, but I'm just going to keep going because I'm going to prove to myself that this works. Honestly, I had to learn that first of all, it caused more wavering because my desire wasn't fully on board. So I was wavering with my desire. I'm like, do I want this? Yes, I do. No, I don't. Yes, I do. Like, I was all over the place. I was like, I don't know if I want this thing. I ended up saying, me trying to control the situation, control this specific thing happening exactly the way I wanted. I kept affirming, I kept doing the things, but it wasn't feeling good to me. And that kind of defeated the purpose for myself. I'm like, I'm not feeling good with where I'm at right now. So why am I taking my focus away from elevating where I am right now and putting it into instead trying to manifest my desire, something outside of me? Okay, it's all about finding this balance. At the end of the day, we want to be a better person. We want to feel better in our lives. We want to feel fulfilled. We want to feel that fulfillment that our desire is going to bring. So instead of trying to focus on exactly what it is you want to manifest and call into your life and desire, let's focus on feeling the way that you would feel if your desire were here, and also hold that duality, hold that acceptance that even if this desire doesn't come exactly the way I envision it, the way I'm trying to control it because my mind is so limiting and it's trying to grasp onto this control and trying to see this proof that my thing is going to come. Instead, can I lean back? Can I trust and have the knowing that no matter what I desire, if I keep my focused attention on my desire, maybe not the specific desire if that causes resistance, but on the feeling that desire is going to bring you, or on something even better than that desire coming into your life, let's be open to that. Because at the end of the day, we need to understand this one fundamental thing, and that is that our human minds are limiting. We think we desire XYZ, and yes, we might desire it on a physical ego level, but when we truly tap into our higher self, when we tap into that God that lives within us, we tap into the true desire that we have for our life, our purpose, our soul, who we came to this earth to be, that desire might be different. And sometimes we have to let go and say, I don't see the full picture. At this particular moment, I don't know exactly what the best thing for me is. I don't know what the best outcome of this situation is going to be. I think I want this person, but I don't know if there's someone better out there for me. I don't know if there's something more in alignment than what I can physically see right now with my limited human perception. And that's where letting go comes from. It's letting go of the control of I need it to be exactly my way, but at the same time holding that duality for I know I can manifest exactly what I want. I don't want to limit myself by trying to hold on to this exact thing that I'm trying to manifest when the higher self version of me knows I can do so much better. Right? It's trusting into that knowing. You're not letting go of control, and that's what it feels like to the ego, right? It feels like to the ego that if I let go of trying to manifest this specific thing, that it's not going to come. But that's not the case. This is why saying this or something better is something I personally love saying. Because for some circumstances, right? For some circumstances, like growing my YouTube channel, that's not an option. It's happening, right? That's not something I'm like, this or something better because this is the goal that I have. This is the life I'm creating. This is a specific desire I want. But when it comes to something like an SP, for example, while it is possible, while infinite potential realities exist, my question to you that I want you to ask yourself is it worth me to give my energy, all of my energy right now, into this specific thing? Or do I want to bring the energy back to myself, out of the 3D, into myself, into the life that I'm creating, and into something better, right? Because like I said, this is the truth, is that infinite potential realities exist. You can get whatever you want out of any of these infinite potential realities. But the question is, what do you really want? Not on a superficial level, not on your egoic level of this would make me feel better about myself and it would numb my pain and all of these things. It's like coming from an empowered place, coming from I've elevated my self-concept. I know who I am in this life. I know my mission in this life. Coming from that place, from that foundation, and then asking, what do I want from this place? Do you want to settle for like, okay, I have this desire, this specific thing, and yeah, there could be infinitely better things for me, but I'm going to zoom in and only focus on this one thing? No, I want to keep myself open to things can work out even better than I ever imagined. Now, I could sit here and say, affirm all day, nonstop, 24/7, keep affirming, keep thinking like you have what you desire, keep assuming it's coming, and you could absolutely do it if you really want to. And there's so many desires that I do this with, that I continue to just infiltrate my mind with again and again and again until it shows up in my reality, because I know that it's a true desire that I have, and so I'm going to continue to affirm for it until I receive it. Is it worth your time, your energy, and your emotions? Because if you're going to be infiltrating your mind with something and calling it and manifesting it into your life, you want to make sure that it's actually worthwhile and worth your time to invest in. If your emotions are not involved in this process, then okay, this isn't for you. But I'm talking about those desires that we have that are emotionally draining, like SP. Okay, those kind of situations when you're trying so hard to make something work, it can take a lot of energy out of absolutely every other area of your life. And that's not what we're trying to do over here. We're trying to elevate our lives in every single way. You can have the person, you can have the looks, you can have the money, you can have the abundance, you can have the family, you can have the friendships, you can have everything, the happiness, everything you desire, and a perfect relationship. But don't limit yourself to just zoning fully in only on this one specific person or thing if it's taking all your energy and you're neglecting every other area of your life. This is where the trust comes in, that I have set my declaration, I've set my intention for what I desire, and whether it shows up in this person, or whether it shows up in this thing, or whether it shows up somewhere I can't even currently fathom or imagine right now because I'm still limited to my human perception, I'm going to leave it open. I'm going to lay back. I'm going to have trust. I'm going to have faith that I've planted the seed, and no matter what, I'm going to receive my desire, whether it's through this way or through something even better. I still know I'm getting everything on my list. I know I'm getting exactly what I want, and I'm not accepting less than what I truly desire. So know what you truly desire so you don't settle for any less. I hope this video's reaching and landing with you. Let me know in the comment section if it is. And I want you to think about right now, like if I tell you right now, when it comes to this desire that you've been trying so hard to manifest, and I tell you right now to let go of that desire and focus completely on yourself, on your business, on completely elevating your life and your situation and your friendships and your relationships and your personal happiness. When you think about focusing the attention back on yourself and making your life damn amazing and getting you back lit up about your life and what you have going on, does that light you up? Does that make you feel freer than just thinking so focused on the fact that you're lacking the thing that you desire? If it makes you feel freer to think of not putting so much attention in your desire, I think you got your answer right there. And that's not to say that your desire is not going to come. Not at all. It's saying to take your focus away from it happening in the exact controlled, perfect way that you think that it's meant to happen. You are going to get your desire. If you desire to start a family, you deserve that desire. If you desire a healthy, perfect, loving, abundant relationship, you deserve that desire. If you desire to make money, you deserve that desire. If you want your perfect body, perfect appearance, you deserve the desire. What I'm asking you to let go of right now is not the desire for the thing, it's how that comes about. It's through who that comes through. These are the things we can't control. We can't control the way the universe moves and aligns itself perfectly in our life to bring us to our desire. What we can control is setting our intention and choosing the right desires for us. Also allowing our desires to change. If you no longer desire this thing and it's taking all of your energy, bring it back to what is feeling alive for you in this moment. Where do you want to direct your attention to right now in this moment? Where is our desire coming from? Is it coming from, I lack this love in my life? I lack the feeling of, acceptance, validation. If this is the case, know that absolutely you do deserve those things, but also understand that you getting those things is not going to fill that lack. It's not going to fill that hole that you feel. You feeling those things, feeling loved, feeling accepted, feeling worthy within yourself, that's going to fill in those things. And then your life is going to reflect that back to you. That's how it works. It's not the other way around. It's not you see it and then you feel it. It's you feel it and then you see it in your reality over and over and over again, because that's what you're infiltrating your consciousness and your mind with. And the more you infiltrate your mind with this new reality, the things that you want to see experienced in your world, the more you're going to see it being reflected back to you, because your world has to outpicture your continuous, persistent thoughts and emotions. So I want you to get into a state where you're feeling your best, whether that's through doing meditation, through working out, through having a dance party, through doing whatever it is that makes you feel like, I feel damn good right now. Do whatever that is. From that state, ask yourself, what do I want? Not from a place of I need this thing because I'm feeling so shitty right now, but from I'm in an abundant place. I know I deserve the best in my life. I know I can have anything I desire. What do I truly desire? What do I truly desire out of life, out of my relationships, out of my career? How do I want my life to look? And know that it's okay for your desires to change if you're coming from an empowered place, and the desires are different than when you're in a lack place, when you're in a place of, I'm feeling so low right now, so I need something externally to lift me out of this space. It's okay if that desire changes. In fact, changing our desire, this is the process of growth. Because like I said, you're always going to desire things through your current level of consciousness. So if you raise your consciousness, this is what growth is. You now desire something else because your level of consciousness is higher. So when you desire more, you expand your consciousness to receive more. You open your vessel to, I was limiting myself before. I now know that I can desire whatever it is that comes up for me in this moment. That we just want to know, is our desire coming from our true self, our higher self, our soul? Or is it coming from the ego? If thinking about your current desire is making you feel the lack of it, is making you feel anxiety, it's making you feel in fear, then I want you to work on your self-concept. You guys can watch my free masterclass on self-concept. And then I want you to come back to it when you're feeling like your best self. Not going to it because I feel so shitty in my current reality. My current 3D is not reflecting what I want, so I feel like I need this manifestation to fill that lack, to fill that void. That's not the place we want to come from. And it's not because you can't get it if you come from that place. You can. It works. You can still get what you desire, but you're not going to get the full fulfillment from it. You're not going to feel as good as you could. You're still limiting yourself because you're trying to control. So manifestation is so beautiful, okay? And you deserve to have everything you desire. But let's balance that out with feeling good where we're at right now and desiring more. You deserve to live in a happy state despite your external circumstances. And knowing that when you change your internal state, you do live in a happy state, your external circumstances will change. But that's not the cause, okay? That's the effect. The cause is always internal. So that is my main message for today's YouTube video. I hope you got value out of it. If you did, please leave it a like and a comment down below letting me know what's the most valuable thing you got from this video. Hit the subscribe button for new videos every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. I promise I'll be back with a new edge, a new level of content. You guys, like I said, are going to see me evolve with my content, with my authentic expression, with sharing more personal stories with you guys, sharing more offers, more ways that I can connect and serve and support my community, because that is truly what I'm here for. I'm here to make this a community, okay? I'm here to connect with you on a personal level, and I hope that I'll get the opportunity to do that more and more as time goes on, and I'll have more creative ideas and ways in which I can go about that. So thanks so much for being here. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Love you.